Today's the big day, no King's protest, and Donald Trump is absolutely terrified. He's sending his regime propagandist out there to defame these peaceful protests. I hope to see you out there today. There's 2,600 events taking place across the United States. 90% of the country is within 1 hour of a No Kings event. So get out there and peacefully protest. Here's what the regime is trying to do to intimidate people. They all subscribed at the same time, all of the various governmental departments, to Blue Sky to try to troll and intimidate people on Blue Sky's account. Just very odd behavior. Also, Washington Post was reporting yesterday that ICE and Trump's Gestapo are signing spyware contracts in recent weeks, including iris scanning software, drones to film the protests today, and cell phone hacking technology, doing multi-million dollar and in some cases $100 million deals with AI companies to facilitate databases on American people. If they refer to you as being an anti-fascist activist, they may try to use that as a pretext to hack into your phone and your emails and your private data. That is a possibility that's taking place. Do not back down, though, to this authoritarian regime. Stand up. They are scared. Get out there and show that we, the people, have the power. Talking about looking scared, Donald Trump's chief propagandist, Caroline Leavitt, last night was like screaming and yelling and just engaged in unhinged behavior on Fox. Watch Caroline Leavitt just yell at Hakeem Jeffries and say, "You need to stop calling me names, Hakeem Jeffries. Seriously? Weren't you the people this whole week calling the American people terrorists or pro-Hamas or pro-Antifa or whatever the hell you were saying if they engage in peaceful protests?" This is why it's great the Democratic leader Hakeem Jeffries is pushing back, I think, the way we all wanted to see it take place. Better late than ever. It's happening right now, and I like it. And you see what happens when you go on the offense against these idiots, these weak, pathetic cowards in the Trump regime. They go and they play the victim like Caroline Leavitt. Here, play this clip.
So Hakeem Jeffries should stop calling me names. He should stop trying to fight my boss, President Trump, and he should go back to doing what he was elected to do, the business of the American people in Congress, and encourage Senate Democrats to open the government. And I see Hakeem Jeffries saying House Republicans are out. They're not even here. Yeah, because they did their jobs and they passed a clean continuing resolution at the behest of President Trump to keep the government open. And now Senate Democrats and Chuck Schumer are blocking that to fight Donald Trump. And it's despicable.
And she goes on to say over here that Hakeem Jeffries is lashing out because he knows that I'm telling the truth, she says. And then after saying that he should stop the name calling, she then calls Democrats pro-Hamas terrorists. Here, play this clip.
Hakeem Jeffries is simply lashing out because he knows that I am telling the truth about the modern day Democrat Party. What I said, and it is a fact, is that the Democrat Party caters more to pro-Hamas terrorists, illegal aliens, and violent criminals.
Now, lots of political leaders are speaking in favor of this peaceful protest. You had California Governor Gavin Newsom comparing this act to a declaration of independence, peacefully protesting against this authoritarian regime. Watch Newsom right here, encouraging everybody to go out and make sure you peacefully protest. Peaceful, peaceful, peaceful. Here, play this clip.
No kings. A declaration of independence against the tyranny, against lawlessness in the context that there was no rule of law. It was the rule of king. And I think increasingly people are waking up to the rule of law in this country, increasingly appearing to be the rule of Don. And I hope it's dawning on people how precious this moment is and what's at stake. And so I hope people put a stake in the ground, take the opportunity and time to participate this weekend, but again, do so peacefully with a deep realization of the consequences and what the founding fathers were all about.
Similarly, you had Bernie Sanders sending a message yesterday to all of us today who are going out to peacefully protest. Watch the message here from Senator Bernie Sanders. Play this clip.
I'm proud to be speaking tomorrow here in D.C. at the No Kings demonstration. And I want to thank the many millions of people in every state in this country who are coming out tomorrow. My message is going to be pretty simple. People fought and died throughout the history of this country to preserve our democracy, and we're not going to let Trump or anybody else take it away. Right now in America, we're going to continue the fight to make sure that Trump and his friends do not throw 15 million people off the health care that they have and raise premiums double, triple for 20 million more Americans. And you know what else? In this great country, the wealthiest country in the history of the world, we're going to continue the fight to create a government that works for all and not just wealthy campaign contributors. And we're going to have an economy that doesn't simply make Elon Musk and his billionaire friends richer, but an economy that works for all of us. Look forward to seeing you tomorrow. Take care.
Now, speaking about this authoritarian Trump regime, just think about yesterday what Putin bootlickers looked like. I mean, how embarrassing was yesterday? By the way, on Thursday on the MeidasTouch podcast, I predicted exactly what was going to happen on Friday with that Zelensky meeting. I knew that when Putin spoke to Donald Trump, that was not a planned call, at least from Zelensky's perspective, that Donald Trump was going to follow Putin's orders and attack Zelensky. We saw a little bit of that during the public meeting, but behind closed doors, we know that Donald Trump, after promising there would be sanctions against Russia and promising long-range missiles and support of Ukraine, this is what Donald Trump's doing. He intentionally tries to torture and terrorize and create false hope to Ukraine so they can rely on it. And then he pulls the rug. Trump's a rug puller. Pulls that rug from underneath, and he's officially confirmed, we ain't giving you weapons, Ukraine. You ain't getting tomahawks, you ain't getting long range, and we ain't sanctioning Russia. That's what Donald Trump's message was. That shouldn't be a shock, though, because Trump is a Putin bootlicker. Trump wants Putin to win. Let's be very clear. Trump's a traitor. Let's be very clear of who he is. And take a look at what the Secretary of Defense, who unlawfully refers to himself as the Secretary of War because he's a pathetic little man, Pete Hegseth, just take a look at what he was wearing yesterday to that meeting with Zelensky, a pro-Russian tie. Don't take my word for it. Look at Russia's main propaganda service, TASS. They write, Pentagon chief wears tie in Russian flag colors to Trump-Zelensky meeting. Yep, an interesting tie was spotted with the Pentagon chief, Pete Hegseth. Just take a look right there. And you know they want to play it. Oh, I'm just being patriotic. Nope, those were the Russian colors. You knew exactly what you're doing. You were a pathetic, weak little man masquerading as, this is strong. The whole country knows how pathetic you are. And those unlawful war crimes that you're committing in Venezuela, one day those who are behind it, including you, should be held accountable for those war crimes taking place in the name of the United States. It's absolutely despicable, and the 4-star admiral responsible for that region resigned over the war crimes being committed. We're going to learn a lot more about that, especially now that we know there were 2 survivors of the last strike. So it'll be interesting to see what they have to say. Meanwhile, the front page of the Chicago Sun-Times echoing the order by the 7th Circuit Court of Appeals. Political opposition is not rebellion was the order from a Trump-appointed judge in Illinois, a George H.W. Bush-appointed judge, and an Obama judge. All 3 agreed that protests are not rebellion. Protests are not insurrection. You have no right, Donald Trump, to invade cities with the United States military. A powerful order. Donald Trump has appealed that decision to the United States Supreme Court. He's filed a motion, an application to stay the order, saying that he has plenary authority, absolute authority. If he says there's a war, he says that courts can't even question him. No matter what he says goes, and that courts have no ability to scrutinize his labeling something as rebellion or insurrection. We'll be getting an order from the Supreme Court soon, and of course, we'll be keeping you posted every step of the way there. Now, at that meeting with Zelensky yesterday, Donald Trump was asked by one of the reporters, so are you interested in Putin building a tunnel to connect Russia to Alaska? Trump's like, I like that idea. What do you think, Zelensky? And Zelensky's like, yeah, I'm not happy about that idea. What the hell are you talking about? Mind you, At the same time, Donald Trump is pulling away $20 billion from tunnel projects and other infrastructure in New York City and other blue states and blue cities. Oh, by the way, he's giving a $40 billion bailout to Argentina while 20 million Americans stand to lose health care. But sure, he wants to build a bridge or a freaking tunnel with Russia. Are you freaking kidding me? Here, play this clip.
Putin-Trump tunnel to connect Russia and Alaska. Are you interested?
I just heard about it. A tunnel from Russia to Alaska. I just heard about that one. That's an interesting one. We'll have to think about that. I hadn't heard that. We just did a nice road in Alaska that's going to get us to a lot of minerals, and we have a piece of it, a good piece of the ownership because of the fact we made it possible. But this came up yesterday, a tunnel from Russia to Alaska. That's an interesting. What do you think of that, Mr. President? Do you have any ideas? How do you like that idea?
I'm not happy with this.
I don't think you're going to like it. I don't think you liked it. I don't think you liked it.
And once again, we know that our Congress has taken a vacation. MAGA Mike Johnson ordered the clerk to announce that next week, another week of no work by Congress. So this will be about 90 days where the members of Congress were ordered by MAGA Mike to only work about 12 days. So of the last 90 days, only 12 days Congress was in session. Why? Over the entire summer, they wanted to avoid talking about Epstein. And now they're doing the same thing. And they want to rip away your health care. Here, play this clip as well.
The Speaker's Rooms, Washington, D.C., October 17th, 2025. I hereby designate the period from Monday, October 20th, 2025, through Sunday, October 26, 2025, as a district work period under Clause 13 of Rule 1. Signed sincerely, Mike Johnson, Speaker of the House of Representatives.
Mr. Speaker. Pursuant to Clause 13 of Rule 1, the House stands adjourned until 2 p.m. on Tuesday, October 21st, 2025.
As Donald Trump headed out to Mar-a-Lago to go golfing on the taxpayer dime today as well, he once again does Putin's bidding over here. Play this clip.
I met with President Zelensky, as you know, today, and we had a very good meeting, very cordial meeting. In my opinion, they should stop the war immediately. You go by the battle line wherever it is, otherwise it's too complicated. You'll never be able to figure it out. You stop at the battle line, and both sides should go home, go to their families, stop the killing, and that should be it. Stop right now at the battle line. I told that to President Zelensky. I told it to President Putin.
And then Donald Trump continues to lie about the Democrats' position and says, under no circumstances will we ever extend the Affordable Care Act subsidies for Americans. And Donald Trump says, basically permanent government shutdown at this point, brought to you by the Trump regime, literally breaking the entire American economy, taking away your health care, taking away your future, your children's and your grandchildren's future. It's why we need to be out there and peacefully protest. Here, play this clip.
So the shutdown continues. The Republican Party's not going to pay $1.5 trillion to illegal immigrants coming into our country, coming in for a lot of reasons, coming in from prisons, from jails, from all over the place, from Venezuela, many countries. We're not going to do that. So the shutdown continues. It's a Democrat shutdown. It's a Schumer shutdown because his career has failed and it's over.
Well, there you have it, folks. Let me know what you think. Hit subscribe. Let's get to 6 million subscribers. We appreciate you. I'll see you at the No Kings protest. Remember, don't take the bait from the Trump regime. Peaceful protest. Stay peaceful. Stay peaceful. Thanks for watching.
Thanks for watching. Be sure to add the MeidasTouch podcast on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever you get your podcasts for new updates every single day.